What is going on, guys? We are going through a full day of eating over 4,000 calories. For breakfast, I'm gonna have some protein pancakes. I'm gonna show you guys how to make them, show you how they look, and they taste great, and they're good for you. Using the scale to weigh out everything I need. Start off, well, I'm not even in it, with putting everything in the blender. So first, 1 egg white. I always try to start with the egg white first, just in case I mess up. 3 eggs, I got large eggs. Next up is 80 grams of oats. All right, well, a little over. There's 93 in there, but 80 grams of oats. Next up is half a banana. Break it in half there. And what you can do with the other part of the banana is, if you want to make this recipe again the next morning, save the half a banana for the next day. Put that in the fridge. Next thing, protein powder. All right, 1 scoop, whatever your favorite protein powder is. Put that in there. Some artificial sweetener, just to give it a little sweeten. Just a little bit, you don't want to go overboard, otherwise it's gonna taste like crap. Next, I put a little bit of salt in there, just because I'm bulking right now. As you see, I'm eating over 4,000 calories. And if you're working out, staying active, salt's actually good for you, contrary to what the normal belief of salt is. It also makes it taste better because processed foods, a lot of the processed foods you eat, the reason they taste really good is because they have a ton of salt in them. I do put a little bit of almond milk in there just so when I blend this up, it doesn't all get stuck to the sides, so I can actually get everything out of it when I eat it. So I put just a little bit. And then one last thing I do is I put some greens in there, powdered greens. That's optional. Powdered greens is optional. I just like to do it because it helps with my digestion. Okay, that's everything for this. All right, move this over here, show you guys blending it up. Gotta get the blender going. All right, so I'm gonna get the pan going. So while that's heating up, I'm gonna show you my vitamins for the morning as well as what I take it with. So here's what you can see what it looks like. It's just like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different vitamins. I'll lay out all the vitamins I take on the screen, and I take it with Minute Maid orange juice, any juice really, because the vitamin C from the juice helps with the iron absorption of one of these pills is iron. Because I do have a stomach problem, I have ulcerative colitis. Part of that is I sometimes have really low iron levels. Sometimes it's severely anemic. So to help with that, every morning I take an iron supplement as well as juice with it to help try to bring those iron levels up every single day. So as you see throughout this whole video is I eat very healthy. One is because I do want to make it far with bodybuilding and fitness to be able to show you guys what you can accomplish. And 2, my body does not like when I put anything slightly unhealthy in it. It reacts terribly. It makes me feel horrible. If I have a candy bar, it'll make me feel like crap for the whole day. The negatives of eating anything unhealthy completely outweigh the slight positive of enjoying that unhealthy food at the moment. With that being said, I have my vitamins for the morning. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys me making the pancakes. Got the spatula. So you do need to spray the pan a little bit just so the pancakes don't stick. And get this going. They do come out in waves because you can't fit all the batter in at once. And I like to make them a little smaller in there just so they cook a little quicker. Just stack them up on the plate when you're done. They'll warm each other up. I'm gonna take the plate off. I'm gonna show you guys. That's what it looks. Woo! All right, you saw it enough there. All right, make that, makes, I don't know, 12 or more pancakes and it'll fill you up. I promise it'll fill you up because this meal I think is over 1,000 calories. So, and I will count up the macros at the end and show you guys while I'm eating it. All right, as you can see, this is what they look like when they come out. And I like to, on top, put peanut butter. It's called Just Peanuts. Well, there's crunchy and creamy. The creamy one's better, but they ran out at the store. So I'm using crunchy right now. Put that on there, lather it on. It's not really lathering right now, but that's how it goes. So I use to top it, it gives it some more flavor. I put way more peanut butter than needed to go on there, so the calories are gonna be a little bit heavier towards the fat on this one. Protein pancakes for breakfast with peanut butter on top. The macros come out to 66.9 grams of protein, 52 grams of fat, 124.2 grams of carbs for a total of 1,266 calories. So that's what I have for breakfast. I will show you guys meal number 2. All right, meal number 2 for you guys. We got ground turkey, which is pre-made. I just gotta warm it up, and white rice. And I'll put some olive oil in there because there's not really much fat in either of those. That's just protein and carb. Get a balanced meal. In the bowl, probably gonna get around 300 grams of rice. I usually just I weigh it. But there's no exact number I aim for like my second meal of the day. Basically just how I'm feeling, how hungry I am at that moment. And at the end of the day, obviously I'll make sure I've hit my macros for the day. Right here I got about 265, 304. So yeah, that's how much rice I got. Put that in here. 304, write that down. I always gotta write it down right after I weigh it. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget completely. I'll forget all the numbers and I'll forget that I ate that and to track it down. So then I'll probably get around a little 150, maybe 200 grams of ground turkey. So both of these are pre-cooked, as you can obviously see. And I just like to put it in a pan and warm it up that way as opposed to a microwave. If I have the time, obviously I don't have the time, microwave's really quick. Just the pan, it just tastes better. I don't know, it just tastes better. There's really nothing to it besides that. That's really it. As you can see, this piles up. And this is probably only gonna be like a little less than 1,000 calories, but it piles up. It gets hefty. So that's 205 grams of ground turkey. Let me write that down. And then I put a little bit of olive oil at the end. Gives it a little flavor as well as a little bit of fat for this meal. All right. Now my first meal of the day did have a lot of fat in it, so I don't wanna go crazy with this. All right, that is 15 grams of fat. All right, and let me show you guys popping in the pan, cooking it. We'll go from there. So yeah, I got this, got the pan, make sure it's warmed up a little bit before I toss it in, just make sure it cook a little quicker. Toss it all in. All right, so while that's going, I'll talk to you guys about eating the same stuff over and over, such as chicken and rice, turkey and rice. It can feel repetitive and then it kind of starts to get bland. And the question could be, how do you get so used to eating the same thing over and over again? I'd suggest you get a bunch of different sauces or spices to put on it each time, to mix it up each time, and honestly, it tastes completely different. You don't get sick of it because it is good for you and it's probably the most ideal meal for bulking or cutting, pretty much bodybuilding. So that's what I do. Show you guys what this looks like while it's cooking up. And I'll tell you guys the macros. All right, for this meal, I'm gonna put a little bit of soy sauce on it, make it taste a little better, as well as I explained the salts, a little bit of salt. It's good for you if you're working out and staying healthy, so put a decent amount on there, makes it taste good. As you can see, I put a whole lot, no more than a little. So, then mix it up a little bit. All right, so the macros for meal number 2 are 59.5 grams of protein, 28.5 grams of fat, and 87.9 grams of carbs for a total of 845 calories. I got about 1,900 calories left for 2 to 3 more meals today. Ideally, spacing out more meals in a day will help you put down more food. I don't always have the time to have 6 meals in a day, so sometimes I'll have to have a larger meal like this and space it out every 3 hours or so. Still getting in the 4,000 plus calories a day regardless of how much spacing in my day or availability to eat. Moving on to meal number 3. Okay, so meal number 3, pre-workout meal. It is basically the same thing as before. I got 300 grams of rice, about 150 grams of ground turkey, as you can see. And on top of that, I have about 6.5 ounces of mango. Now, there's plenty of carbs from the rice there. It's like 88 grams of carbs, and then a little extra bonus carbs from the fruit. I didn't think I needed to show you guys me putting it in the microwave, so I'm basically showing the end result. And the macros for this meal come out to 48.1 grams of protein, 21 grams of fat, 111.7 grams of carbs for a total of 825 calories. I've knocked off a little over 2,900 calories for today. I have about 1,000 calories left for after my workout, and a lot of those calories are from carbs that I need. I saved a bunch of them for after the workout, so the carbs help with my recovery. That's all I got before the lift. I'll see you all after it for meal number 4. All right, so just finished the workout. I get the rest of my carbs in for the day. And one way I like to do that is cereal, because typically cereal on its own is normally not the best thing to have during your day. But if you have it after a workout, the simple carbs from it do help replenish the muscle you just tore down. With that being said, I have about like 70 grams of carbs worth from the cereal. I have just any generic white rice cereal will do. That's what I use and it tastes the best for me. Then I also, you'll see I use the shaker bottle. I'll put almond milk with protein powder in the shaker bottle, and I'll use that with the cereal as my post-workout meal every time. So that is about 2 servings on here, 83 grams of this, and 41 grams is a serving, which has 36 grams of carbs. So it's a little over 72 grams of carbs just from the cereal after a workout. All right, then we got almond milk, probably around 450 milliliters of almond milk. Probably just to fill it up to like 3/4 of the way. All right, and then you get your protein powder again, whichever your favorite protein powder is. You get a full serving of that in there. Full serving of mine is about 30 grams of protein. And then also you get your creatine in there. And then just add another supplement that helps with gut health and digestion. All right, gotta shake this up, and then I will show you guys the macros for this meal. Okay, so post-workout meal with the cereal combined with the shaker bottle with the protein powder and milk is 37.8 grams of protein, 9.2 grams of fat, 82.6 grams of carbs, and a total of 579 calories. So I do still have about 500 calories left in my macros for today. And normally my last meal of the day, I'll base it off of which of the 3 categories I'm lacking that day. And it seems like I got a bunch of carbs, probably another 100 grams of carbs left in my day. So that's how I base my last meal. And I don't mind going over 4,000 on a bulk because you are trying to put on weight and it doesn't hurt to give you a little extra. On the contrary, if you're trying to cut and you go over whatever your calorie goal is for the day continuously, you're probably not gonna see the results you wanna see while you're cutting. So that's what I got for meal number 4. I will show you guys meal number 5. All right, so the last meal of the day is a whole lot of rice because I was missing out on the carbs. And it's rice, white rice, cut up some cooked pork chop and a little bit of safflower oil just to top off the fats in my macros. I could have used olive oil. I just wanted to mix up the type of fats I'm getting in my day. Does it help more? I'm not sure. It's just what I like to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the microwave and I'll list off the macros and the total macros from today. Also, if you're wondering why I'm talking a little quieter from meal 4 and meal 5 right now, people are trying to sleep in the house, so I do gotta talk a little quieter. All right, so the last meal of the day, meal number 5, the macros for it are 27.2 grams of protein, 11 grams of fat, 96 grams of carbs, for a total of 599 calories. Now for the grand reveal of all the macros from today is 239.5 grams of protein, 121.7 grams of fat, 502.3 grams of carbs, for a grand total of 4,116 calories. That is currently what I have in a day in a bulk right now. It's a slight surplus. I gain about a pound a week eating like this, and that's basically it. That's all I got for you guys today for a full day of eating. I will see you guys next time. Where the hell did it go?